everybody, welcome back to Listen, I Have an Idea. My name is Heidi and today is day 3 of NaNoWriMo 2017. So today's video, I decided I'm gonna kind of do something that I did last year with my video of how to start a novel. I want to talk about creating a plan for your novel and basically an outline that's gonna help you get through the entire month without running out of ideas. I found that last year I hit writer's block pretty hard, and that's not what I want you guys to go through this month. So I decided that I would kind of share this method that I came across with you. I got a question on my video yesterday from Jenna Weatherwax asking how many chapters I have in my first draft and how long the chapters are. So in this one right here, I have 16 chapters. It started out being 19, but I had to remove 3 because I just didn't like the way that they fit with what I'm writing. So some of the chapters are 4,000 words. Some of them are less than 1,000. It really depends on the mood, the setting, the tone, what you want to happen in that chapter. Last year when I did NaNoWriMo, I found that I had planned enough for the first maybe 10 chapters of my book, and then after that, I didn't really have a clue of what I was going to be writing. So I ended up running out of ideas about halfway to 3/4 of the way through the month, and I did not enjoy that, and it was the worst because I couldn't think of anything else to write and I was falling behind. So today I'm going to be talking about a method that I found online that hopefully will help you. And if you don't like this method and it's not going to work for you, I do have a video that I filmed last year called How to Start a Novel, and I have a ton of tips in that video as well as a whole bunch of helpful links in the video description of that video, but I will also put them in this description below. Hopefully that helps. Let's get started. So this is called the Snowflake method. It's by a person named Randy Ingermanson, and it is a 9-step process. Now, not all 9 steps are going to work for what we're doing here, which is trying to write 50,000 words in a month, but I like the idea of this. And basically, we are creating detail, and we are creating this universe with so much detail, you're not going to run out of ideas when you're actually going to write it. So the first step is to write a 1-sentence summary of your book. Make this around 15 to 20 words. You don't want it to be super lengthy and super run-on, but you want to basically contain the entire plot of your book into 1 sentence. Step number 2 is to make this sentence into a full paragraph. Now, when you're writing this paragraph, you want to include 3 main plot devices and a conclusion. Basically, you're writing a mini essay in sentence form within a paragraph. You have your sentence opener, which is your introduction paragraph. You have your 3 plot points, which is your first, second, and third paragraph. And then you have your conclusion, which is how the story is going to end. It's very simple, and like I said, it's just like you're writing an hamburger style essay. Step number 3 is to design your main character. So you want to know their name, you want to know what their personality is like, you want to know what hinders their personality, and how they're going to resolve those issues. Step number 4 is to expand upon the 3 plot points that you listed in your main paragraph. So take each one and develop it. It doesn't have to be paragraph style, you can bullet point it, doesn't really matter, but you want to develop it enough where you have a main idea of what's going to be happening at each point throughout that plot point. Step number 5 is to create more characters and make little write-ups or character descriptions for each character. I've already done that in my little notebook here. I have my main characters, I have what they look like, what their personality is like, and I've developed them so I know exactly what their personality is when I'm writing them so I can write in their voice. Step number 6 is to develop the high-level logic of how your story is going to work. Basically, this step is developing those plot points that you had initially written out. For me, I don't think this step is, well, it's not that it's not super necessary, it's just very time consuming. So what I did instead was I listed out how many chapters I'm hoping to have in my book. It's basically 1 sentence for each chapter, and it gives me a really clear indication of what's going on within those pages. Step number 7 is very similar to step number 5, and it's basically developing your characters even further. This is when you're going to start actually writing your book and putting them in these scenarios and developing their personality through your writing style. I found that when I started writing through my main character's perspective, some of his personality traits ended up changing because I didn't like the way that those traits happened in my mind compared to how they played out on the screen, if that makes any sense. His personality, like I said, it ended up changing when I wrote it, and I actually liked the way he turned out better. So when I did that, I made the changes in my book to kind of reflect my writing style and his new personality. Step number 8 is the most crucial piece of information that I can give you in this video, and that is to write everything down. You want to essentially make a spreadsheet of what your book is going to look like. This is called the Snowflake method because you start out with a single idea and expand upon it. It's like turning a triangle into a hexagon and to just keep growing it until it turns into a snowflake, and that is essentially what you're doing. So when you've taken all these ideas that you have and all this detail that you've put into it, you want to plan it out in a forum where it's easy to read so you know what you're working with, and B, it has all of your ideas all contained in one simple area and you are able to work off of that. So that's it for the Snowflake method. It's kind of labor intensive, but once you have all of this detail made up in your mind and written down on paper, it will become so much easier for you to actually go and write the story. Now it's time for the question of the day, and today I'm going to be asking you what Jenna Weatherwax asked me, which I answered back at the beginning of the video. How many chapters do you guys have so far, and how long are your chapters? I'm very interested in seeing how many words you guys can squeeze into a chapter, so let me know in the comments down below, and one of your questions might be featured in an upcoming video. Anyways, that's it for me today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow with day 4 of NaNoWriMo. Bye!